Oh, and the moment you see this hair, you should be thinking shear over comb. Nothing else is gonna relax these curls quite like shear over comb. All right, you guys see a lot of perfect hair on YouTube, but where are all the difficult cuts? Where's that curly, low density, all that type of junk? Well, nobody posts it because it's hard to do and they don't want to look bad. So what you're basically gonna struggle with on low density hair like this, you're actually gonna see lines. High density hair, you're gonna see dark spots. So I'm going to tackle all the things you need to know about this hair. We're gonna go through certain tips, and I'm also going to share a really embarrassing story about myself just to prove to you guys that anybody can make a mistake and it really doesn't make a difference who you are, and the mistake doesn't matter as much as you think it does. And just for fun, I did half the hair with the Rebel and the other half I did it with the Boost from Gamma. You always want to use some type of product before you shave, especially a hard part, because it's just so easy to push too hard and make a mistake. And I'm going to anchor. I'm using an anchor point here, and I'm stretching the skin a little bit here. And I probably should put a blade in it. Alright, you guys, we're about to start this haircut. Now, because this hair is super fine, I want to try to keep some of the darkness in this parietal area. So I'm going to begin phase 1, my debulking step, and I'm going to use a number 3, and I got the apex, but I got a taper blade. I'm going to put my guidelines in at first with the taper blade. It's not going to cut much, that's okay. Just a little bit to set yourself up later, because you could see how fine his hair is, and he's got less hair in some spots and more hair in others. So in order to make this whole thing look more uniform, we got to use some of this hair. We got to use some of that to keep it dark. So I got my taper blade in closed position. We're going to put our skin line in, and we're going to begin this part of phase 1. I'm looking to curve my skin lines just like I talked about. And if you guys don't know why I curve my skin lines, or you're wondering what the benefit is, you're actually going to see it pretty good in this cut, but you can also check out this video. I'm going to put it right here. It's called skin line positioning, and it'll help you put your skin lines in the right places. For those of you guys watching, and if you remember the live, he was the one in the traffic jam with me. You better not be late. Really? If you're late, I'm not cutting your hair. But I was in the same traffic jam. I'm going to try to make sure that my arch is the same on both sides, and that you could use your finger, like the width of my finger is about what this is, and that's about what this is. So I'm pretty happy with it. I want to make sure that this step is done right before you move on. We'll call this a sub checkpoint. I got my Gamma Protege trimmer, actually. And we just come out with these new blades. These are the Gold X Pro blades. Not sure when they're going to be out to the public. But these things are fire. So I'm looking to go just underneath that same line that I just put in, and I want to stop before I hit it. So that way my original guideline is not super harsh. I put it in with a taper blade. Okay, on to the last step of phase 1. We're going to use the electric shaver. Again, I'm going to be stopping just before I reach that line. I'm going to try to get it as close as I can, but I don't want to create no lines. That's the whole goal. Alright, so this is your first real checkpoint. This is phase 1 complete. Skin work done. Debulking on the side done. Everything's done. So we're going to move on to phase 2. That's clipper over comb. And in this case, I will do a little clipper over comb. And then phase 3, we're going to cut the top. Phase 4, the blend. And we're going to keep it rocking. So let's do some clipper over comb and try to connect that top to the sides. For this, I'm going to use the new Gamma Boosted. And I'm just going to comb this down and try to find where that weight's at. And really, in this case, there's not a whole lot to do. I'm just going to clean this up mainly because I want to just show you guys these phases in order. Comb it down to reset it. I'm rolling out, cutting and lifting, combing it down to reset it. Now, because his hair is so fine, clipper over comb is not going to be as useful as shear over comb And you're gonna see that later. Comb it down. Reset. Now you see my pinky? I'm using my pinky, or I could use my my knuckles to kind of create a little bit of a bridge from the head. That's how we maintain consistency, using anchor points. All right, that's pretty good. I'm gonna try some of this Code B that was sent to me by Johnny B. This says hair prep. I'm only guessing if this is what I'm supposed to do with it. I'm not really 100% sure. Smells nice. It does smell really nice. All right, you guys, on to the embarrassing story. I promised it will not take long, but if you want to skip it, man, you can go to this time frame, you can get back to the tutorial. Everybody makes mistakes, and the truth is, we talked about this on the live the other day, but your mistakes don't matter as much as you think. Now, the reason why I say that is because your clientele is not going to be built off one client being dissatisfied with you. So the reality is you're not doing heart surgery here. It's going to grow back in 2 weeks. And with that, you can take some of the pressure off, and that could allow you to perform a little better. But my mistake was more stupid than probably anybody else got a mistake like this out there. Client comes in, wants a design, right? Said they're number 33 on the team. I said, oh, okay. He said, can you put 33 in my hair? Sure, no problem. I proceed to go through and do it. And what do? I put 2 E's instead of 2 3's. And my name starts with an E. I've been writing E's all my life, and I've always been a little dyslexic when it comes to 3's and E's. So they paid, they left, they were happy at first till they got home, and then they realized those ain't 3's. So trust me, man, if I could recover from a stupid mistake like that, and this wasn't even that long ago, this was like 2 years ago. So I knew what I was doing at that point, but I really should have just slowed down, pumped the brakes, and been a little more careful. All right, you guys, back to the tutorial, back to the oil change. Peace. Made your hair super curly too. All right, so we're gonna do phase 3. I'm gonna cut the top. I always begin with a mohawk guideline, and I always comb down the front, get it out of my way, confirm with the client how much he wants off. What you think, maybe that much? All right, sure. You don't know. All right, so I got my shear police. I got my shears from Shear Police. These are actually Mitsutanis. They're very expensive, but they have other ones that are a lot more affordable. And if you guys want to use my code Eddie, save 10%. That supports the channel, and those are some great people. They even donated to the Barber Tuition Initiative. All right, so I've just created my guideline down the middle. He combs his hair to the side, so it's not really a huge deal. But normally I would address this 0 length, and that's kind of what I'm gonna do. Now his hair is super curly. It's not really gonna make a huge difference. But now I have a 0 length, and that means that I can blend my interior to my exterior by traveling forward with the same guideline that I created. And I'm gonna show you guys something. I'm gonna have to zoom this in later. But because I cut the bangs, you can see how short pieces are there, and you can see short pieces are here, and you can see there's a little piece that needs to get cut off. That's how you properly blend from the interior to the exterior. So this way, if you just cut that off, you're gonna wind up cutting his bangs off. Now in this case, you don't really wear his bangs, so I wouldn't do the end of the deal, but super sober. Use the automatic spray bottle to save your hands some squeezes. And as far as that hair prep stuff, feels good. Curly hair is always hard to get a grip. So I'm following my guideline, and I'm staying in a row, just a small row. You can see guide, and I'm just cutting off the edge. Guide, cutting off the edge. Once I've done one on the left side, I'm gonna do one on the right side. Holding it out straight at 90 degrees. The right comb to use for this is a comb like this. This is a taper comb. You know, I actually should be using the fine end of it because this hair is so fine. It'll help me get a little bit more control over it. All right, so I've now made my guideline this wide. That's my stationary guideline now, and I could actually use that. But also when I'm working in this way, I'm going to be able to see my traveling guideline as well. So I can see some of that hair from the previous cut in there, and I can cut off of my stationary. That's what's great about this technique. As long as you maintain 90 degrees from the head, that means that I'm lifting it straight out from where it grows. directing the hair straight out from where it grows. People really overcomplicate this and make cutting with scissors into a big mess, and there ain't really no reason to do that. This is easy. It should be enjoyable. It should be easy to follow, easy to repeat, and you should be able to stay consistent with this. He just reminded me that we're going to do a hard part, so it'd be a good time for me to just like part it just to see. And looks like a part right about there would go well. Which is what's dope about using the 6 phases, because I've just created my end point perfectly. My top is my end point, and my starting point was that skin. So now all we gotta do is make the blend in between them. I'm gonna do this side with the Gamma boosted, and I have it completely opened, and we're gonna begin. I'm looking to follow my guideline in the same curving shape as we did before. I want to make it about the width of my pinky. Notice the middle finger here? I'm using this to help me maintain some consistency. Just for fun, we're going to switch to the Rebel for the other side. Okay, next step, number 1 on, and we're gonna close it all the way, and then we're gonna open it 2 clicks. 1, 2. All right, 2 clicks open. Let's put our next guideline in. Gotta keep combing down to be able to see this guideline. Trying to feed the clipper a bunch of different ways. All right, next step, we're gonna put the 1 1/2 on, and we're gonna go 2 clicks open. 1, 2. Okay, last step here, last debulking step we're gonna do. Put the number 2 on, 2 clicks, and let's finish connecting that parietal ridge area. The rest of that, we're going to handle that with some shear over comb, because the last thing you want to do is flatten that all out. I don't want to do that. Action this way. All my guidelines are in, and now it's time to attack that skin line. The way we're going to do it, we're going to go to it fully closed. All right, fully closed, and now we're going to flick just the bottom line. You want to hear it cut a little bit? Flick and click. Flick and click. Great time to just use the corner. Be patient and let this come together. Wait. Next step, half guard, and 2 clicks. All right, I'm gonna go back to the 1. I'm gonna open it all the way, and you're gonna play with the lever as you need it. But right now, should be just about done. Just using the corner, taking care of some of these areas. We got a little bit towards the very bottom. throw a little hard part in, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit them with some hairspray, and I'm gonna let that dry while we work on the other side. Now this side has a lot less hair. This is actually gonna be the easy side. So I can already see most of this blend came together and I haven't even done anything. Starting with it fully closed, we're gonna flick and click. Good. Good. Really lightening my hand on this last click because I don't want to create any extra work for myself. Half guard back on, and 2 clicks. All right, once again, we got a little residual. We're gonna put the number 1 on. We're gonna open it all the way. This is your lever play step, so if you have to move your lever a little bit, feel free to. I'm going to try it with it open, see if that gets it out. If that don't do it, I'm going to try clicking it a little bit. Alright, we got to finish up the back a little bit because I wasn't as specific in the back as I was on the sides, but the perfect tool to do the rest of my cleanup here, going to be something with a taper blade. This is an Apex. I'm going to begin with it open and I'm going to play with the lever a little bit. Taper blades are super forgiving. They'll help you kind of clean up any little areas that are not exactly how you want them. This is the cheapest trimmer they sell, y'all. I love this thing. You get the combo with the great clipper and the trimmer for like $170. Use the code Eddie, save 10%. It don't get no better than that. I love that combo. In fact, next week I'm gonna be doing some haircuts in some funny locations, man. You guys are gonna like it. And guess which ones I'm bringing. You always want to use some type of product before you shave, especially a hard part, because it's just so easy to push too hard and make a mistake. And I'm going to anchor. I'm using an anchor point here, and I'm stretching the skin a little bit here. And I probably should put a blade in it.
All right.
Right?
Oh, like he's doing great.
Oh, I'm doing great. Hold it about as high as I want it, and I snap this on. Once you get it in place, bam. Told you guys I was gonna use this brush somehow, but I got my Excel blow dryer, so I want high heat, as hot as he could take it. His hair is still like a tiny bit damp, which is good. That'll help it go over, and then I'm gonna hit the cool button to set it into place. This blow dryer is super powerful. The time would come where the shears would complete the whole look, and now we're here. So with the hair dry, I'm able to see right where I need to go with the shears, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the last bit of shear over comb just to blend this in. Comb down, reset. Go in those areas that you're trying to smooth out, those dark spots. Do a little bit, we're going to comb down, reset. This side of the comb, and you gotta get a little closer to that. That was like night and day difference right there to me. In time, you'll learn when to use your shears and times to use your texturizing shears. I'm going to switch to my texturizing shears now. So combing it down really shows you, the areas you need to work on. And I left a little weight on this side on purpose because I was just afraid to take too much with the clipper, and then I know I wouldn't be able to fix it. It's supposed to be. So in general, when I see curls like acting like that, I know it's kind of hard to see that in the camera, but that's when I pick up the texturizing shears, when I want to like try to relax the curl and stop it from kind of rolling over the hair like that. And then other times when like I got like a little portion of my blend. But if you do big spots with your texturizing shears, you're gonna make mistakes and it's not gonna look good at all. Okay, I have no idea what this might do, but Johnny B sent me this stuff called street cream. Smells amazing. I'm gonna give it a try. Let's see if this helps complete the look or not. Smells amazing. It's actually got a surprising amount of hold, to be honest. I did not expect to get as much hold out of that. Check it out, y'all. Got him. Why is it echoing in here? I bet that audio sounds terrible. Bless you.
Then help you.
What?
Help you.
You want to help me?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second.